like we're going to have to do a little minor body work here to address this apparent bulge in this corner of the hood, so we can get this side to lay down right. More than likely I'm going to do that with the thing on there. Might need to do that corner there a little better. A little bit better. Not perfect. There we have it. We have the hood mounted on here once again, springs and all. Go ahead and pop this thing. Get one more test. It released pretty good, smooth. And we have spring action. The hood is on. Still have to straighten this corner though. It's probably going to take a little bit of finesse without damaging the hood, but we'll get it somehow. But yep, the hood is on. Now, go ahead and move on to something else. Namely, the transmission and its cross member. This spot right here, I'm underneath the truck, as you can obviously see. This spot right here that's dead center, where the shifter is touching, I'm going to have to get a hole there. Now, the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to drill 2 holes. I'm going to have an imaginary square kind of going around where the shifter is touching, and I'm going to have 2 holes kind of diagonal. So once I drill those holes using a step bit, I could use a saw to cut out all 4 sides of the square that I'm going to need to cut out in order to accommodate the top of the transmission and the shifter. So go ahead, get these holes drilled, and I'll be right back. Got our 2 holes drilled right here. Like I say, imaginary square. Now go inside the truck, locate our holes, clip the carpet out of the way, start chopping. Okay, I'm in an awkward position underneath this truck here, and I got the cross member put up. I don't have the transmission mounted as of yet because I actually need to get a transmission mount, as you can see from this open space right here. But ran into a bit of a dilemma here. Not a major dilemma, but one nonetheless. One being that there is a high probability that this transmission, if I'm not mistaken, came from a 96 year truck, and this is a 94, and the transmission cross member here does not line up, because if I put the thing in, it will interfere with that hump right there. It won't be able to go in place where the bolts can go in without hitting that hump. At the same time, these extra brace brackets right here, these things had to come out, because even though I got one side of the cross member put in right there, the cross member is technically at an angle because of the hump on the bottom of the transmission, as stated right there. Now, with that, let's see if I get into a better angle here to see this shit. You can see right there kind of where the thing is situated. Shit, hold on, give me a second here. Get into a better angle. Okay, these holes are where, this one hole right here in the middle is where the bolt for the cross member should go. The cross member's right there. You can see there's a bit of a gap right there. The unit is at a slight angle because, as stated, let's see if I get a good spot. Yeah, that hump right there is in the way. This transmission is slightly different in its construction, and the holes for the cross member on this 94 year truck are not in the right spots to allow all this shit to go together. Meaning, even though I have one bolt on over there, I'm going to have to drill another hole right there in order to secure this cross member piece, this main piece, so when I put the mount in, those slotted holes underneath, let's see right there, yeah, there we go, good angle. Those slotted holes will allow me to get the mount secured in place, even at an angle with the cross member. As for those braces, I had to omit those because there is no conceivable way to put those things on, because of the simple idea that even the bolts that hold those things on are still up there. For whatever weird reason or another, Ford, in their infinite wisdom, set these cross member braces up where the bolts probably went on first to secure the cross member before the cab went on. There's no way to get those bolts out without destroying them. So, with that in mind, those bolts are still up there. The cross member braces are down there, not on the truck. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to not use them. Now, I would like to think that I'm probably gonna be able to get away with them because, well, look at this cross member. This thing is pretty heavy duty, and it's built in a way in which it should be pretty strong. And I'm not gonna super duper hot rod this truck, much less use it to pull 20 tons of crap around, so I would like to think we should be pretty good. But as I said, I have to drill another hole right here. Once I get the tranny mount and put it on, I could figure out just about where I need to drill the hole so I can secure the other end of this cross member. But for all intents and purposes, we got this stuff set up, and doing a preliminary check also, it appears like this drive shaft may very well fit. Go figure. So, like I said, I will have to take the drive shaft off of the rear end so I could get it more lined up and slid onto the tail of the transmission, and then remount it on the rear end. That'll be a whole nother thing. But my main thing was just getting this cross member in and just making sure of everything else. And of course, as stated before, had to cut a hole in the floor for the tail, the top, the head of the transmission for the shifter. Now, still got to get an actual shifter handle, or maybe make one, don't know, because when I got this transmission, they did not have the shifter handle. So there might be a place to do some kind of weird custom shit. But besides doing the weird custom shit, I'm also gonna have to either find and or fabricate some type of a cover to go over the head of the shifter right there, obviously to cover up the floor and everything, because, well, we got a big hole in the floor, and nobody really just wants a top of a stick shift transmission just sticking up through the floor with a giant hole, so all kinds of air and crap can get inside the cab. So that'll be another future thing to address, but little by little we're getting this thing together. So yeah, I'm kind of tired now. Got the transmission in. I'm going to drop this jack down, since leaving weight on the jack is never a good thing, and see what else I want to do on this thing. Till the next time, I'll catch you later. You know what to do, but stay tuned for more future exploits on the FMT.